Hello everyone, Elite Cameraman here. After episode 67 part 4 was released, a lot has happened. Episode 67 part 4 was re-uploaded with some changes, and there were actually a couple things I missed in my analysis video. But that's not all, because Defuk also uploaded the full episode 67, and there were also changes to the earlier parts as well. And some of these changes are crazy and very big. So today we'll go over why the episode was re-uploaded and every change I found. But before we do that, let's try to get this video to 69,000 likes, because it looks like episode 69 is really on the horizon now that the 4-part episode is over, and unless episode 68 has multiple parts, we'll be getting it in 2 weeks. You also should subscribe to the channel if you don't want to miss any of the analysis videos. Anyways, here we go. First of all, let's go through why the part 4 of episode 67 was re-uploaded. There are a couple reasons, and the main reason is that Defuk actually got copyright claimed. This is still crazy to me that it's going on, but it's actually different from the strike situation because a claim doesn't delete the video, instead it gets the revenue of the video. This is usually fine if it's justified. But this random bozo apparently took the audio from Defuk's video and used some distribution service to make it seem like it's his own audio and claimed episode 67 part 4 to take half of the revenue generated from the video. And Blood wrote Bill William Clinton as his name, which is the name of a former USA president. I don't know if you guys know or not, but last year there was some kid that got on stage at the Game Awards and thanked Bill Clinton. After this, it kind of became a meme, and that may be why they chose this name, because this copyright claim is not justified at all. Also, many of you noticed that there was a blur in the video for a short while, and apparently some details in this episode were a little rushed and unfinished, because Defuk probably wanted to keep the 7-day schedule. But afterwards he wanted to change the logo on the billboard at the end of the episode. It wasn't just that, because he probably was not happy with the sound design, since he decided to change some of the music as well and re-uploaded the video with the changes after being claimed. And for this reason, we somehow got 3 uploads from Defuk. Now that the copyright situation is out of the way, we can get into the changes that happened in episode 67. There was one main change, and it was in episode 67 part 1. Even though it feels like a big change, I don't know the meaning of it, and it might even have been a mistake. But if it actually was on purpose, it's crazy. If you actually remember episode 67 part 1, we saw the secret agent appear 2 times, and the first time we saw his green glow. But this time there was something weird about that same scene. Instead of just one person in front of the green glow, there was 2 people standing there. If you look side by side, it's clear that this was changed, and I have no idea why there are 2 people there. Maybe that person wasn't the secret agent and it was actually Alliance members standing there watching the scene, and maybe the secret agent was teleporting behind them to save them, because we know that the scientist toilet appeared right there in the same place. I don't think we'll get an answer to this, but it was an interesting change because it might be anything. Other than this, I think it's all the same for the first 3 parts. Even the Titan TV man lines all went back to how it was before the shorts. But there were a couple changes in part 4, as I said, and there were few minor details that I missed in my analysis yesterday. First of all, the main change was the logo at the end of the episode. I didn't talk about it at all in my previous episode since it was blurred and now changed, but the new logo features a toilet that looks like the G-Man toilet shooting his lasers while he is leading other toilets. This should remind us that G-Man toilet is actually the toilet with the highest rank and probably will continue to be. With what's been going on and him getting clones left and right, we might get to see G-Man toilet a lot more after the toilet bunker arc ends. But that's not all, because there is a writing on this billboard, and apparently it's Skibidi written in the Greek alphabet. There was also the change of music in this part, and some sound effects were added. In the original upload, there was a music that sounded like someone was screaming, and I'm assuming Defuk decided to change it because of the scream part, and instead of that, a more dark and terrifying music was added, and we could hear some Skibidi toilet voices. The main question is this just a bunker, a Skibidi toilet factory, or a laboratory? Because in part 1 of the episode, we saw that it had some DNA logos outside the bunker door, but people mentioned that it was a door from Half-Life. So hopefully we'll get to see it in the next 2 episodes. This place really could be anything at this point, and maybe it's the combination of everything, because ever since episode 66, we've been seeing the weirdest toilets ever, and it's getting crazier and crazier. We are surely going to see some insane toilets inside this place with the weirdest upgrades for sure. We might even get to see more G-Man toilet clones, but the main question is, why did the Alliance members enter this place? I get that they want to kill off Scientist Toilet, but they entered pretty unprepared, and they probably have no idea what's awaiting them. This is kind of worrying, and I feel like the next episode might have some Backrooms vibes because of this place being completely uncharted territory. One thing that feels weird is that we instantly went into a new minor arc right after the big one ended, but we are just 2 episodes away from episode 69 and the Alliance is literally stuck inside the bunker. Hopefully even episode 69 is a serious episode, since almost every episode has been serious for a long while now. We can get some goofiness. I also missed one of the Titan TV man lines in episode 67, part 4, and it's when he was heading to the battle he said, "Let's go," in reverse right before flying into the G-Man trio, and that's why Injured Titan Speakerman probably shrugged to Injured Titan Cameraman. Here you go, listen to it yourself. There was one last small detail that I missed in my episode 67 part 4 analysis, and it's about Plunger Cameraman. We all know that his legs were cut off in episode 57 part 1, and we can actually see the bottom half of his legs in episode 67 part 4. I don't know how I missed this, but his pants are a little destroyed, and it's clear that he has robotic legs. One thing we still don't know about the Alliance races is that if their bodies are made of flesh or mechanics. For example, the injured large speaker man that died while holding the door seemed to be a mix of both because he had blood on him, but there were mechanical particles coming out of him at the same time as well. But Plunger Cameraman's legs are fully mechanical now, and it's been a while since we last saw him fight on foot and with just one plunger. It looks like he is back to his roots, and in the next couple episodes we might get a feast of crazy fights thanks to the Dark Speaker Man and